Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to ATX VGC Monday Night Friendlies. This is set number 5. I am paired along here with Rollercoaster. Rollercoaster, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. Always happy to close the night out with you. It's a good time. We tend to get the more wackier sets too, so I'm pretty stoked about this one because we got another grudge match.
We got some spicy stuff going on, according to them in the chat.
Yes, and if we could please get the predictions ready for this for Ragnar or Turtle Mania, because I think a lot of people are going to want to bet on this grudge match, because this is Ferrothorn v. Double. Challenges of the body press and the defense boost. Get comfortable.
Get comforble indeed. Oh man, I'm excited to see these two teams here, and these two are very good competitors. Ragnar and his double have been very good friends for all of 2020 as far as I know, and Turtle Mania we know from last week, Rollercoaster, is a very good battler as well, and maybe next week I guess too, huh?
We'll see what happens. Get the band Rollercoaster emotes ready just to give him your energy.
Well, I'm rooting for you this time, Rollercoaster.
Were you not last time? We're supposed to be friends, Nibs.
Say that. That was so fast. Oh man. Alright, so Turtle Mania here is gonna have the Talonflame, Urshifu, Ferrothorn, Zapdos, Regidrago, and Grimmsnarl.
Yeah, and Professor Ragnar's got Regirock, Double, Latios, I can't see the coloring on that, Tapu Fini, Incineroar, and Zapdos.
Very cool. So, one thing to note here is that both of the mons that they are required to bring are very weak to Heat Wave coming from Zapdos, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Both of them have it.
Yeah, they both packed their fire two fire type move options. One in Zapdos and then Stab with Incineroar from Ragnar, and Talonflame from Turtle Mania. So potentially you want to go special on these fire type of move because they are both defense boosting. That way that you always have like an option to like no matter how out of control it gets, it just loses to the Heat Wave connecting or Flamethrower potentially if that's something that Talonflame's got. Incineroar could also have Burning Jealousy to burn it on any of the attempted Iron Defense boost. One thing that I think is probably going to be pretty crucial is that Ragnar probably wants to bring. We have the wrong rule set.
Yeah, apparently the Latias is level 30, so we're trying to get to them really fast.
Okay.
Before they
contact them. Okay.
Yeah.
It seems that they're being attempted to contact. Thank you, Chad, for catching that. That's very good. Also, Nino Pokebros with the roll nibs.
Oh, where's he at?
He's in the chat, man. But something I think to consider here is that Ragnar's probably always going to want to bring the Tapu Fini just to keep the Regidrago away and prevent it from going from those big dragon energies. Hopefully someone's gotten in touch with them with what's going on so that they know to stop.
Can't say that that's happened. Noble versus Instant is Ragnar's lead.
Yeah,
I don't think they know. I honestly don't think they know. Ferrothorn and Urshifu.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. They could change the leads. They also might not quit. I'm conflicted on how I should commentate this. Okay.
Let's just pretend that they're gonna play through it.
Okay. Maybe Latias didn't come, so it won't be an issue. But okay, so Ragnar looks like he's probably just going for a fake out and a Cotton Guard, or potentially even he's packing something like Taunt on the Incineroar to prevent the Ferrothorn from setting up. But either way, like having the Incineroar to pressure your fire type to pressure early is a really good call. Yeah. Who has their personal phone numbers? I definitely don't.
I was thinking the exact same thing. So we are going to see the Ferrothorn return back to Turtle Mania. Zapdos is going to come out instead. And Urshifu is going to opt for the Detect here.
Yeah. And fake out.
So Double's just going to go for a Swords Dance. What? That's not what I was expecting.
No, that's not the boosting move I'm supposed to use, Ragnar.
Okay. I was going to say a different move. Oh my God.
I don't think they have the formal rule set that you and your challenges normally have, Santacos. But okay, that's not normally what Double does. I do like the defensive play from Turtle. Realizing like, okay, like you have the ability to start setting up, but I don't really, so I'm gonna go ahead and like reposition to my Zapdos because I don't think that you're gonna max, and he gets that right. But the boosting move that Ragnar went for turned out to be a lot more upsetting than
a different stat.
yeah, what Turtle was probably prepared for.
Oh man, that's hilarious. I hope they continue playing. I want to keep commentating this. Let's not reset this game.
Like the Latias just didn't come this match. It's not going to be an issue. Please don't be into the Latias. Okay, so
withdrawals. It's going to be the Regirock that comes out for Professor Ragna. We're going to see a Dynamax, and it's going to be the double in the Luxury Ball. And this is going to be a +2 Dynamax double. So not only is it twice the HP, but it's also +2 attack. Never thought I would say that.
And with Max Strike, it's going to be able to get speed control for the rest of Ragnar's team.
Wow, Thunderbolt's going to come out from the Zapdos, targeting down this Regirock. It is Life Orb Zapdos, so we do see that information. Surging Strike comes out from the Urshifu into the Regirock. We've seen so many Water Fu tonight, and it is going to be weakness policy, it looks like.
Why is it the double seems cuter and fluffier when they Dynamax? It's the fur. It gets bigger. It's more cuddly this way.
Exactly. More in size, more in fluff, more in comfort. Max Strike does come out. Hanasenju, thank you for the follow. It is going to be a Max Strike targeting down this Zapdos, and Turtle Mania's Pokemon are going to be slower. I don't think that's going to be enough to KO, not even at +2, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, so it looks like Zapdos manages to hang on. You do get speed control in your favor, and you also get this Tapu Fini, which is really good. Ragnar looks like he made the call that like my Incineroar is really important. I don't really have a lot of switch-ins to a double up. I don't think I need the Regirock that badly, so I'm just gonna go ahead and switch out. Now I don't know what speed stat double hits. I believe that it's 80. I think it should be faster than both the Zapdos and the Urshifu. And depending on what kind of Tapu Fini Ragnar has, he can Max Strike the Urshifu, take it down to Sash, or maybe take it down to Sash. Actually, that's off of a physical, and Urshifu has a pretty solid physical ball, and maybe go for something like a Dazzling Gleam to get a double knockout, or just set up with a Calm Mind.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Zapdos withdraw, and it's going to go into the Ferrothorn this time around. Detect is going to come up from the Urshifu, and Turtle Mania is kind of playing a little bit more passive this time around, just trying to scout things out, as the Tapu Fini just goes into the Urshifu slot, and it did detect, so nothing happens there. Max Knuckle comes out from Professor Ragnar's double here, so that is now going to be a +3, and it actually hit for super effective damage, as it is the Ferrothorn and not the Zapdos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely a good call. Zapdos is low enough to where a Max Knuckle is going to be able to pick it up, so you get the KO. You get the KO and you get the attack boost, and if something like Ferrothorn comes in, you get big damage on it. Something important to note, even though that double was a +2, that Knuckle didn't do a lot, and it looks like even at +3, it's not going to be able to pick up the KO, and this Urshifu is still kind of threatening, I think. Oh, it's maxing.
Oh my goodness, yeah, so we are going to see a Dynamax here from Turtle Mania. Should be the Urshifu, I would expect, but it could also be, no, it isn't. Roller Coaster, it's going to be the Ferrothorn. So
my second favorite thing behind Max P2 is Max Ferrothorn.
All right, but Max Ferrothorn is actually a lot better than people play it out to be.
Yeah.
And the Moonblast comes out again, this time from the Tapu Fini. No detect this time, however, from the Urshifu. Goes down to the Focus Sash. It is a crit. It does not matter, obviously, as it is, well, it's just 2 times effective against Water Fu, not Dark Fu is 4 times. Max Knuckle once again coming from the double, and it's predicting the Focus Sash potentially, and it is going to get the KO. That's right, double gets the KO into Urshifu. Who is superior? That's what I want to know.
Would you rather be a fluffy sheep or a kung fu panda?
Max Steel Spike is going to come from the Ferrothorn, targeting down that Tapu Fini for neutral damage, and it is gonna boost the defense. So, what a crazy turn! What are we watching, Roller Coaster?
Well, it looks like Turtle's going for one of my favorite strategies when I run Max Ferrothorn, is that you have the option of being able to put on offensive pressure while also increasing your defense with the Max Steel Spike, so you still have the body press option for later. I don't really know how big this Ferrothorn needs to get to be able to survive a Flare Blitz from Ragna's Incineroar. There's also the potential that it isn't even a physical Incineroar. It could have something like Burning Jealousy or even Overheat. I know a couple people that ran that a while ago, especially when Ferrothorn was super popular. The good news for Ragna, Zapdos is super low. And Ferrothorn, if it is mixed, it's not gonna be like, even a fully offensive Ferrothorn isn't that strong. So potentially things aren't that bad for Ragna.
Yeah, I think Turtle has to kind of pick and choose what he wants to do here with this Zapdos. I mean, he's got the option to either Heat Wave and try and take care of that double, or he can go for a Thunderbolt and try to predict that Tapu Fini's not going to protect. And actually, the Tapu Fini is going to go back to Ragna, and Incineroar is going to be the one that comes out. So it's going to be an Intimidate drop going into that Ferrothorn, so that's going to hinder the Ferrothorn a little bit. Not so much the Zapdos. But the Zapdos is actually going to opt for the Protect this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it is going to finally be a Cotton Guard coming from this double. After boosting its attack stat 3 times, it has now drastically boosted its defenses. It's going to be a Max Steel Spike targeting down this double, and that does almost 0. Oh my goodness, that does
barely noticeable damage. Barely noticeable. Yeah, so Double's starting to get to a position where it can just start walling out. Turtle's gonna have to start going for the heat waves from the Zapdos. And potentially have the Talonflame in the back to go for something like flamethrowers or overheats or its own heat waves. I think what's going to be a really deciding factor is what kind of fire is this Incineroar packing. If it is something like a Flare Blitz, potentially Turtle can swing it back because his Ferrothorn is just getting bulkier and bulkier, and Flare Blitz is going to be doing reduced damage every single turn.
All right,
if it's something like a overheat or a Burning Jealousy, it looks much better for Ragna.
Yeah, so the Zapdos is going to come back, and it's going to be a very passive turn here as the Ferrothorn also goes for a Max Guard. Fake Out goes from the Incineroar going into Talonflame, which is actually a pretty big play. Body Press. Oh, they predicted the Max Guard as 2 attacks go into the Talonflame. So the Talonflame no longer has the Gale Wings ability, and it's not, well, it probably still will go first.
Yeah, it's still pretty fast. I'd say that Ragna is really ignoring this Ferrothorn, so either he has a special fire move, or he's just accepted that he, or he's overestimating how well his body press are going to hit it. I'm very interested to see what happens next. I think if the double goes for whatever its stab normal type move is, potentially like a Body Slam or something like that, it should just get the KO on the Talonflame. I don't know if Talonflame will be able to play KO with Flamethrower. I don't know double calcs that well. It hasn't really come up too much.
You don't do double calcs, Roller Coaster?
No, I don't prep for double that often.
So Talonflame is just going to go straight for try and get the KO here, but it is going to only do half damage with that Flamethrower. Last Resort comes from the double.
He had to use all of his moves before he could attack.
So the Last Resort does pick up the KO. Flare Blitz comes out finally from this Incineroar, targeting down that Ferrothorn, and it is still going to survive, however, with 25 HP. Iron Barbs is procced, going to do chip damage from that Incineroar, and a little bit more damage as well. Body Press comes out from the Ferrothorn into the double, and still Turtle is only nicking damage into this double.
Yeah. So now even when Zapdos comes in, you can Heat Wave and Body Press, but with how much damage the Ferrothorn took from the Flare Blitz, it looks like it's definitely going to be a range of another one. And Zapdos is just kind of too low to do anything, and I don't think Thunderbolt's going to be able to get the one-hit KO on Fini. So you could just Flare Blitz the Incineroar, or Flare Blitz the Ferrothorn to keep pressuring it, and attack the Zapdos with your double, and if it survives, it survives. I love that Ragna has Last Resort, and he had to go for all of his setup moves in order to use it. That's amazing.
That was really cool to see. He even went for extra moves since he Dynamaxed. Not only did he go through the first 3 moves, he also went through Max Knuckle.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. So Zapdos does go for the Heat Wave, and It's a double dodge. Last Resort comes out once again from this double, targeting down the Zapdos, and this double has killed 3 Pokemon, I believe.
Yeah.
Flare Blitz comes out. Flare Blitz comes out from the instant, and that is going to be the end of Game 1 in this final set of this ATX VGC Monday Night Friendly. Oh my goodness. What is going on in chat over here?
Yeah, well, if Turtle had any chance in that Game 1 towards the end, and it didn't look like he had much of one, that double Heat Wave incredibly sealed it for him. Oh, they are using the rule set? Okay, so they're using the rule set. I will clarify what it is. They have to bring Double and Ferrothorn all 3 games. They must max them at least one of the 3 games. After that's done, they can do whatever they want as long as they continue to bring the Double and the Ferrothorn. And both of them max them in Game 1, which means that they have max options on whatever they want now. And potentially, Turtle will be able to do a bit better with maxing something like the Zapdos or... Actually, I think Zapdos is really the only other option. I don't think you want to max Regidrago or Talonflame that much.
No. They just don't have enough bulk.
Okay, it looks like they're changing the rule set after Turtle is being assaulted by this Araquanid.
But Turtle has encountered an Araquanid. We should just commentate in-game real hard. It's raining.
Okay, let them know. Ragnar's gonna... he doesn't need to EXP train his Latios, he just needs to change the rule set. Commentate this? Okay, what attack did he go for? I missed it. Was it a Wicked Blow? That's an easy one-hit KO on any wild Araquanid. They do not have any investment into anything. Wild Pokemon are stupid. How was that for commentary, Nibs?
That was very good. Wild Pokemon are pretty dumb. I mean, they don't have any EVs. Most of them don't even have any IVs, or any good ones at least.
Sometimes they don't have IVs. You gotta get this together, Wild Pokemon. Wild Pokemon broken.
Turtle, go fight more wild Pokemon real quick.
It looks like he's gonna be searching for the next set. I don't know why I'm commentating that, but let's talk about potential changes that Turtle can make to Game 3. Calling competitors stupid sat. You know what, Jazz? I apologize to that wild Araquanid. I was a little harsh on it. So, adjustments that Turtle needs to make. Unfortunately, I don't think he is in a position where he can bring the Regidrago. The Feeny just walls it way too hard. Like similar to Regieleki, Drago only gets dragon coverage and like the occasional Hyper Beam and Explosion. The bigger issue, though, apart from not being able to hit the Feeny at all, is that Regidrago's dragon type moves will be reduced in the in the misty terrain, and Turtle doesn't have an option to reset that in any way. They leave the wild Pokemon. They got it hard enough. 95% of them are never caught. Okay, I seem to have hit a sore spot. Wild Pokemon, live, be beautiful. You're wonderful creatures, and I'm sorry for what I said.
I'm curious how many of you guys have caught like wild encounters, like random shiny wild encounters.
In Sword and Shield, I've had 2.
I haven't had any that I'm aware of, but I always think that that's something that's like super cool.
ATX, do we need to make like an official like streamer YouTuber apology video and tweet? Like I need to like get like hoodie. Yeah, I need to like have the tears and everything. Like I'm so sorry for what I said. I can't even like ironically say it or like.
I'm sorry.
95% is a sore from filthy right now. Okay, official apology video, 30 minutes. I can't do that, Adam. I'm just one man.
I'll help you, Roller Coaster. I will commentate anything with you, Roller Coaster.
Hey, right back at you, buddy. All right. Ooh, looks like Turtle's gonna be going a little risky and actually bringing the Regidrago. This is either just a hard call out that Ragnar's not going to bring the Feeny again, although like he doesn't really have a reason not to. There's nothing that really pressures the Feeny. It just seems like a solid choice to have in general.
Yeah, and if Ragnar does bring that Latios, then that Regidrago is going to hit very hard.
Nino, I don't know enough about Survival Arc. I mean, like, I'd be happy to give it a shot, but...
it's Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
As for Ragna, I mean, his Zapdos looks really, really good here. Like, if he leads Zapdos and Incineroar, he can just kind of fake out an Airstream and just kind of go to town. It'll be very interesting to see what changes the players make, and we'll see who it goes towards this round.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool that both players Dynamax their chosen Pokemon in game 1. But I do want to see more of the shenanigans. I think it's really cool.
Who doesn't like shenanigans?
Exactly. That's what we're here for, Rollercoaster. So it is actually just going to be the Latias and Regirock for Professor Ragna. Meanwhile, it's going to be the Zapdos and the Waterfoo for Turtle Mania.
Yeah. Latias is base 111, I think. I'm unfamiliar with it, so potentially a little bit faster. I don't think it has any Airstream options. It can always just go for a Mystical Fire. It's not going to take much from a Surging Strike, but I assume that I guess Ragna could match the Regirock. It's still going to take a lot from a Surging Strikes, and I don't know if getting a Rock Fall off into the Zapdos slot when it could just switch out would be that helpful.
Watch Professor Ragna go for a Max Guard and just go for a Draco and a Zapdos.
I'd love it.
That would be madness. Mm-hmm. So the Zapdos is going to go ahead and Dynamax here this time around for Turtle Mania. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
These animations are so slow. And it is going to be a Dynamax coming from Professor Ragna. I would be not surprised at all if it is going to be the Regirock, and it actually is.
It's the Regirock. Yeah, maybe I'm underestimating or overestimating how much a Surging Strike does for the Regirock, but that seems like a bit of a risk in my opinion.
Oh, and there's no Max Guard, so it is going to be a Max Airstream going into the Regirock. Does probably about 12 to 15%.
Technical damage.
So this Urshifu should be the one to go next, especially with the speed increase. And Surging Strikes does come out, and oh my goodness, that does like no damage. And we are going to see the weakness policy proc, so it's highly likely going to be a Max Rock Fall that we're going to see not until the Latias goes.
Until all these Surging Strikes hit. Yeah, I mean, that would have KO'd a non-Dynamax Regirock, but that base 200 defense is really coming in clutch, and Latias is going for the Bulldoze tech of proccing the own weakness policy, which ends up being kind of useless because the Surging Strikes went off, and
well, it does get the
it
Urshifu
breaks the
back
focus
to,
dash.
yeah.
But
well,
it looks
the Urshifu
like
back to neutral speed as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, well, Latias and Zapdos could be speed time. Well, it doesn't matter because Zapdos is still faster, so we can always Airstream to get the speed boost.
Yeah, but if Turtle doesn't opt for an Airstream here, then the Latias is free to go for something like a Psyshock into this non-Dark type Urshifu.
Yeah. Ragna probably is just going to want to protect the Regirock because it is in danger of getting KO'd by another double up, or maybe not even a double up, maybe just like another Surging Strikes into it. That 200 base defense, though, does save it. And it does, very importantly, get a special defense boost onto the Latias, which will help it taking on the Zapdos a bit later on. But yeah, like Max Guard and trying to pick off the Urshifu probably seems like your safest bet. I don't think. Yep, there it is.
Yes, so we are going to see a Max Guard come out from Professor Ragna's Regirock. Max Lightning goes into that Max Guard, and a Surging Strike comes out, also going into that Max Guard as well. So Breaking Swipe actually comes out, and not going to be enough to pick up the KO into Urshifu, but it is going to lower its attack. So this Regirock is going to be in better position to go for anything that's not a Max Guard this turn.
Yeah, it looks like Ragna may have overestimated how much that Breaking Swipe was going to do, and also, interestingly enough, the Latias is still slower than the Urshifu, just generally, because the Bulldoze got the -1 speed on it, and there was no Airstream boost this turn. So Regirock is still in danger. I think he needs to go a bit harder for the kill onto that Urshifu.
Yeah, so no attempt at the second max guard. It is going to be a max lightning coming from Turtlemania Zapdos, doing quite a bit of damage, but is it going to be enough for our Surging Strikes to get the KO?
Because this move always crits and it did roughly half the last time, I'd be willing to bet that yeah, it was, and it looks like it is. Does it only need 2? Yeah, it only needs 2. It's that second crit that really gets it. The first one's fine.
Why are all these moves critting?
It'll be interesting to see what Mystical Fire into the Zapdos, trying to slow that down a little bit, make it a bit weaker. But I really think it was kind of a crucial mistake. Maybe Latias doesn't have a better way to try and KO this Urshifu. It could be Breaking Swipe, Mystical Fire, Protect, and Bulldoze. But at least he's got his double in the position where, like, it survived a Heat Wave naturally. Oh wait, no, we never saw the Heat Wave connect. It survived a Flamethrower from Talonflame, so it should survive a Heat Wave from Zapdos just fine, especially with it being a -1.
Yeah. Zapdos here from Turtlemania going for the Thunderbolt into the double. I think he's scarred from missing that double Heat Wave. Surging Strikes comes out from the Urshifu, likely also targeting down that double as well, and it is. And this will bring it to just below half health, I believe.
Interestingly enough, close combat probably would have done more damage.
Yeah, another Mystical Fire from the Latias going into the Zapdos. Going to get this thing to -2 special attack, also bringing it down to 58 HP. And we're going to see a Body Press come from this double, as this is the second time in this set that double has KO'd Urshifu. I just want to put that out there.
Double is the counter to Urshifu that you've all been looking for. You heard it here, you heard it tonight.
Oh, man.
A bit problematically, it looks like Turtle made the right call in bringing the Regidrago, because with Latias still has Mystical Fire, so it can take care of the Ferrothorn pretty easily, which he interestingly enough decides to go into. But probably because, okay, this is funny, because Double's only normal type move is Last Resort, that means that it has to Cotton Guard, Swords Dance before it can hit the Zapdos for neutral damage, so potentially predicting that the Zapdos is safe or like that he can't attack both the Ferrothorn and the Zapdos this turn, because otherwise it'd be a really easy Last Resort into the Zapdos and a Mystical Fire into the Ferrothorn, and you're good to go. But now Ragnar has to go through quite a bit of setup before he can do anything.
Yeah, so we do see Turtlemania take his Zapdos back, and he's going to throw the Regidrago out while also protecting his Ferrothorn, trying to keep that thing safe. Mystical Fire comes out from the Latias, doesn't target down the Ferrothorn. It actually does target down that Zapdos one more time, hits the Regidrago for chip damage, and it is going to be a Defense Girl coming from Professor Ragnar's double.
Yeah, the Cotton Guard getting it to +3, now those Body Press are really going to hurt. That's a really bad switch for Turtle, because obviously I don't think that Reggie took enough damage to where the Dragon Energy is doing less than it normally would, but the Mystical Fire special attack drops can be really bad because Drago's special attack output is not that great. Let's be honest, +3 Body Press is neutral damage. Yeah, that's probably true, Aaron. I'd say that Zapdos is probably in range of a +3 Body Press. If the Latias is its only it's faster than Regidrago. I knew that. Conceptually, I did.
All right, so it looks like another Mystical Fire came out from the Latias, and we're gonna see a really cool animation coming from the Regidrago. And
very sad damage.
Yeah, what an epic animation for such minimal damage.
But because of Regidrago's very high base HP being at 200, it is able to survive. But now I think that Ragnar just kind of has this one, because Dragon Energy is not doing nearly enough damage. They'd have to go for a Draco Meteor, but you'd have to protect the Ferrothorn and go for a Draco Meteor. But Ragnar could just read into this and just protect his Latias, and which it looks like he did not do, and body press the Regidrago.
Yeah, so Mystical Fire coming out from that Latias once again, but finally this time it targets down that Ferrothorn right into the Protect, unfortunately, and it is going to be a Draco Meteor, just as Rollercoaster said, targeting down that Latias. And I can't tell how much damage that did, but I don't think it KO'd.
I think it barely hung on. Oh, wow. And it's got a recovery berry. Very nice.
And fainted Pokemon can't eat berries, so that thing is definitely still alive, and it's actually back up to half health. So Double going for the body press into the Regidrago. So that Regidrago is no longer going to be on the field, and we're going to see Zapdos one more time.
Okay, something interesting though. There's a chance that Ferrothorn still may be able to do this because the Mystical Fire is not a stab move. I don't know how much special attack investment Ragna has in the Latias, but there's a good chance that it's able to survive it, but like barely. Don't be surprised if it just explodes. It's very likely. Oh, it's +1 special defense too.
If I'm Turtle, I'm going for a hurricane into this Latias, praying for the confuse.
Yeah, that's probably your best way out of it at this point. Because like even if you KO the double, you're like ignoring the Latias, and that's just gonna pick up the Ferrothorn.
Yeah.
But like a Mystical Fire, like connecting is gonna do like a lot of damage, and I think that Turtle needs to do like enough damage to this Latias so like a Leech Seed is able to pick it up next turn. He just goes for Heat Wave though, which does get the double.
Yeah, so double the fluffiness does finally get knocked out from the Zapdos. Mystical Fire coming out from the Latias into the Zapdos actually, and it is going to get the KO, so it's going to be Ferrothorn versus the world.
Yeah, that actually could be a huge... Did Body Press pick it up?
I think it did.
No, okay, it hung up. Yeah, that could have been really, really bad though. Oh, never mind. He has that. Well, that still could have been bad. No, it's fine. Like Body Press isn't doing that much. Eventually, you're gonna hit a Heat Wave. But yeah, it looks like that the Ferrothorn v Double match does go to double. So let's hear some support for your boy Ragna and some love for the double.
That was a very fun competitive battle.